Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video. So today we're going to take a look at the new DOKKANFEST exclusive Piccolo that was just added into the data pretty recently here. Now, this is going to be kind of like one of those early look like videos on Piccolo because Piccolo, both category teams he's on are his own category, right? So right now, you know, his like leader is not in the game. There's not like other Piccolo leaders in the game. So we're looking at him on kind of a nerf Namekian team, right? Like Piccolo will definitely be able to do a lot better than this. Piccolo only comes out later on tonight. So, you know, I'm going to rainbow him fairly quickly. Both him and the Nail. Both Piccolo and Nail, I think, are going to be very, very interesting units. The Namekian category team definitely gets a lot better with both of them added to it, too. I don't know that I would... The Namekian category might not be the worst category anymore. Just off the strength of Piccolo and Nail together. Now, one of the big things that Piccolo can do, by the way, there we go, is Piccolo will show us where super attacks are going to land. That is going to be very, very helpful. So we'll be able to see wherever the super attacks are going to fall thanks to Piccolo. And look at that. Piccolo has 100k defense, and this is on a lower leader skill that we've got too. Remember that Piccolo's actual leader skill for the Namekian category is quite big, but then the AGL Piccolo, who we got as a friend, his is not. Wow. Double digits. Okay, and he's still over 1 million right there. Okay, so I think Piccolo is going to be very, very good. Piccolo does stack his defense, by the way, every single time he super attacks. So he is going to quickly become a very big defensive unit. Like for the Legendary Goku event and things like that, it's probably only going to be like 1 or 2 extra super attacks, and he's just not going to take any damage whatsoever. So like even on the stuff like Super Battle Road, like I've found that Int Goku Black is actually a very strong defensive unit when you use him on the like on Super Battle Road. If you get like 1 or 2 super attacks for Int Goku Black, he's really able to defend well even on something like Super Battle Road. So these units that can stack their defense are definitely not stuff that you should underestimate, right? Like I actually think it is going to work out quite well with this Piccolo. Now the other thing about him, you know, he does show super attacks, he does some moderate healing, but on turn 4, we can actually use his active skill where he will fuse with Kami, right? Using his active skill, him and Kami will go ahead and fuse into the nameless sort of Namekian here. Now, these animations, of course, look incredible. It's kind of a combo of 2 different scenes, right? So when he fuses with Kami on top of the lookout, and then they also have got it where he, whatchamacallit, where he takes off his cloak against Android 17. It's kind of a combo of the 2 of those scenes, right? The other thing I'm quite surprised by is that Piccolo, his super attack animation, it's not actually from fighters. Like, it's the same attack that he uses in fighters, but it's not the attack from fighters that I thought they were going to do right here. Like, because, you know, that's, like, it's literally the anime shot, right? Like, that's taken straight from the anime. 1.7 million, by the way, is very good considering we're not on his full category buff either. And then, of course, he does have, I believe, the high chance to stun, which, you know, is... So already, this Piccolo, there's a lot there, right? High chance to stun, nice defense, all these different abilities that he could provide. He could show us where the enemy's super attacks. Again, this is something... It's very difficult to tell, like, how good or bad he's going to be in a lot of these different stages until I actually use him in there. Like in Super Battle Road, right? Is his defense going to be enough for him to not get hurt at all? I mean, after he transforms, yeah, you know, because at that point, he not only does he have a monstrous defensive buff, but he also reduces damage. But, you know, 4 turns, you can get transformations on Super Battle Road, you know, at about 4 turns. That's not too tough. But you do have to have another Namekian category unit on the team in order for Piccolo to transform. Now, Piccolo and Nail, they're designed to be used together, right? Like that's the whole intention, is that you're using both Nail and Piccolo together. So, I don't know. In, like, Super Battle Road, like, you know, because right now there is no Namekian category stage, there is no rival or worthy opponent category stage as of right now, so it's hard to say how great Piccolo could be in Super Battle Road, you know, in that super type stage. But I will say, like, Nail is really good defensively, like so good that like I would actually run him in Super Battle Road, right? Because especially with another Piccolo unit on the team, you know, Nail has 200% defense and damage reduction. Like, he's going to work out really, really well defensively. So I think you can rock the two of them combined. They should link up rather well, too. So not only that, you can kind of have them on the team and sort of let them, like, link together. They're going to have a lot of attack links and stuff like that, so that's going to be very good. Okay, so here we have our boy Piccolo. He's going to be able to go ahead and get another super attack. I'm more interested to see how well he'll defend right here, but we see that he's not going to get hit with a super attack. Okay, so down to 1.1 million. Again, the numbers for him are low, but this is more of just like a test to see what his abilities look like in the actual fight. The other thing he does, again, Piccolo, like, these new units these days, they have like scriptures as their passives. Like, they just do so much, right? Like, when he transforms, he greatly raises attack for 1 turn. He has a high chance to stun, 120% attack and defense, reduces damage by 40%, increases his own hit crit chance the higher the health remaining from 10% to 40%. Actually, you know what? Wait. This is interesting. So the way it's worded for Piccolo is it increases his crit chance from 10 to 40%. So that tells me that it would be added onto whatever his crit chance already is. Usually, the way it works for most of these units is that they actually give themselves like a separate crit chance, right? So, like, you know, a unit would have a high chance to crit from their passive, which is like 50%, but then they also would have, you know, the typical, whatever their hidden potential system is, chance to crit. But it looks like Piccolo's, I think, actually will combine together, which probably would be more beneficial, I would imagine. So that's good. Like, he's got guaranteed crits basically coming from his passive. Then if HP is 77% or below, he recovers 10% HP, and he reveals enemy super attacks. So when you just combine, like, everything Piccolo's got, there's a lot there. I would say, really, the one weakness for Piccolo is that right now he's only got his category team. That's it. You're only going to be able to use Piccolo on his own team, right? So because of that, you know, I would much rather, you know, some other, like, Piccolo be added to some other categories or other teams be available where he can actually be used. I like Piccolo, but I was really hoping for, like, okay, so there's an effect of him greatly raising attack for 1 turn. We see how much his attack set jumped for the second attack. But I was really hoping more for, like, an Android 17 style card or a Turles style, you know, where they kind of made them in a way where they're so useful, right? Because they give key, like, giving key is always an effect that's going to be incredibly valuable, like, pretty much on every team, right? Because every team pretty much is going to have some sort of struggles with key. Like, there's going to be some issues there where a little bit of key could certainly help, right? So I would have liked that Piccolo also gave key. Maybe I'm being greedy. I think what also would have made me like Piccolo a bit more is maybe if his HP regeneration, if it was guaranteed, like if it was at the start of turn, I definitely would have liked that a little bit better than that under 77%. And it is a very small number, 7% and 10% once he transforms, but I don't know. I think if you combine everything together, Piccolo certainly is a good card. His team, I gotta see his team in action, because you do have LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta on there. You do have MVP Android 17, so you certainly do have some pieces to make that team very interesting. But, like, you know, it's got all the Piccon. You know, it's a great meme that, you know, was ended where Piccon's finally on a category, but Piccon doesn't really. I don't know that he's actually even good enough to be used, like, even without his category. So there's that. And then, like, it's just a bunch of Yamcha and Tien and Chaozu units on there. So, I mean, we'll see what it's going to be centered around. But, like, right now, I would definitely say Piccolo is a strong skip for most players. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not even. Right now, I feel like I might be a little underwhelmed, but I wouldn't even say he's underwhelming. But I don't think he's a must-summon run out and go get this guy right away type character. Honestly, he's not. So let me know what you guys think of Piccolo. I do think he's good. I do want to see him at full power on his own team. In the Legendary Goku event, he will dominate because he sacks defense. He should be incredibly good in Super Battle Road as well. Even before he transforms, I mean, just the fact that he'll be able to show you where super attacks are, that is something that's going to be helpful. And then even in, like, Dokkan Battlefield as well. So, we'll kind of check all these out. I'm way behind on videos. Like, I still got to take Tech Broly into the Legendary Goku event. There's a lot of stuff to do, but thanks, guys, for watching. We'll leave out with this transformation Piccolo's active skill, which looks so good. And I'll catch you guys next time.